Hi, this video is to teach you how to learn a really basic song. And there's a chord sheet that you can download for the song that I'm going to teach you, which is Three Little Birds, underneath in the description. And also, if you stay till the end, there's a link to another video which will give you another great tip for starting off as a beginner. And also, there's a link to our fantastic Facebook group, which has more than 10,000 people in it, who are all dying to teach you and support you in your learning journey. And there's loads of inspiration in there, there's loads of support, there's loads of tips. Just dive in and have a look. Right, okay, the three chords that I'm going to teach you are C, F and G7, and those are the chords you need for Three Little Birds. But I'm not just teaching you how to play Three Little Birds. I'm teaching you a process that you can apply to learning any other song. But to start off with, just stick with these three simple chords. You can play loads and loads of songs with them. Okay, the trick is to learn how to move between the chords. Right, C is your first chord. That is your third finger on the third fret of the string nearest your toes, and you can see me playing it here. You can see I've got my finger right up close to the fret that I am pushing the string down onto. And there's only three things that you need to remember, and I'm going to give you two of them now. And these are the things you need to remember when you are putting your fingers on the ukulele to help you play chords. One is to have the finger in the right place, to have it up close to the fret that you're pushing your string down onto. Not there, because that, unless you press really hard, is going to sound buzzy and horrible. So you need it there. Same pressure, less buzz. Okay? The other thing you need to remember is to press down hard enough. You can do this by pressing really, really hard and then just relaxing your finger a little bit until it buzzes, and then you just increase it again. So you know roughly what pressure. And the thing is, the more you play, the more you'll get used to how that feels. Okay? The third thing I'm going to show you in a second when we move to F, because I'm going to teach you that chord immediately, because the thing that you need to work at is moving between the chords. Okay, F has your second finger on the second fret of the string nearest your nose, and your first finger on the first fret of the second string up from your toes. So that's the E string, where your first finger is, and the G string, where your second finger is. And the thing that you need to remember is to have your thumb on the back of the neck, and this will help your fingers come over and come into the fingerboard, the fretboard, from straight down from above. And that's really important, because what you don't want to be doing is touching any of the other strings, because that is the third thing. So all you need to remember, the three things about making chords on a ukulele or any fretted stringed instrument, is you need to have your finger in the right place, i.e. close to the fret. You need to be pressing with the right kind of pressure, and you need to not be touching any other strings. And that is all you need to remember. Anything that goes wrong with a chord comes down to one of those three things. Now, the F sounds like this, and the C sounds like this. Practice them separately for a little bit, okay? And then practice moving between them. And the way to do that right from the start is to put it within meter. That means to play it in time. And the way that I teach that is strum, slap, change, wait. Four things. That means that it's in 4 time, which most of the songs you're ever going to play are in, okay? And just do this. Strum, slap, change, wait. Strum, slap, change, wait. Strum, slap, change, wait. Strum, slap, change, wait. Okay, and what you need to do is you need to do that 10 times. put your ukulele down, go away, come back to it, pick it up again and do it 10 times, just during the course of your day. And you need to do that with all of the other chord changes. And the next one I'm going to teach you is F to G7. Okay, I'm going through this quite quickly. There is more in-depth stuff that I can give you, but I'm just going through the basics now of how to learn them, okay? F moving to G7, you have an anchor finger. That is a finger that you do not need to move when you're changing between the chords. And that is your first finger. You don't need to move that. When you're moving to G7, you move your second finger across to the second fret of the C string, and then you pivot your hand round slightly, and you place your third finger on the second fret of the string nearest your toes, the A string. And it sounds like that. And then you need to practice strum, slap, change, wait, strum, slap, change, wait, strum, slap, and so on. 10 times each time you do it. And the thing is, if it gets boring, it's working, okay? And do it at a pace that suits you when you start off. It will take time, but you'll be okay. Right, the last change you need to know is the G7 to C. So that's the G7 where we've just done it. There should be a nice little picture coming up on the screen here. G7 to C, you lift off your first and your second fingers and you slide up to your third finger to the third fret of the string nearest your toes, the A string. And then to change back, you slide back down and you pop your first and your second fingers back on, like this. And again, strum, slap, change, wait, strum, slap, change, wait, strum, just like that. Okay, what you do is you look at the chord sheet that you're going to print out, that you're going to download from beneath this video, and you work at the changes that are in there, and then, following the chord sheet, which is laid out in nice grid form, it follows the chord changes, not the lyrics, okay? You just count across. And you do a strum for each of the chord symbols or the oblique strikes. Don't worry about strumming patterns or anything like that. Just get the changes in the right place and sing the song in your head as you do it. The process of learning any piece of music is doing it at a pace that you can manage, and if you come across something you find hard, you take that out of the piece that you're working on, you work at it separately, slow it down, you get it right, and then you bring it back in and you put it back in the piece, whether that's a chord change or anything at all. I use this method when I'm learning a clarinet piece for a concert. Or saxophone, or bass guitar, or guitar, anything. I take what I'm finding hard out of the piece, I practice it, I put it back in. Now what I want you to do is have a go at the song in your own time and join the Facebook group, and if you put a little video of you doing this in the Facebook group or anything you find hard, you will get support. So that's the process. You learn the chord changes and then you put them in the context of the song and you play the song at a speed that you can manage. That's it. And that is the process that you follow for learning any song. Get in there. Right, hold on, go and check out the next video, download all the stuff, join the Facebook group. We'd love to see you in there. Okay.